Welcome to the Thomas Playbook. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much for making it all the way to Season 3. If this is your first time listening to this podcast, please refer back to Season 1 and Season 2. So basically, I started this podcast a couple of years ago when I got retrenched due to COVID-19. I had a bit of time on my hands and I decided, let me just record my experiences and talk to other people that had been affected by COVID-19. Now, these people could have lost their jobs, family members, livelihoods, money's gone, cars, all that sort of stuff. And it quickly evolved then into talking to other fathers, as I'm a father of 2 young boys, 5 and 3, and to see how they were surviving COVID-19, so it's challenging enough to lose your income as a father, and then you have to deal with everything else that comes with it, whether it's emotionally, mentally, physically, and otherwise. So we started forming this little community, and now we're all the way to Season 3, and we keep continuing. Season 3 is going to start off with Youth Month. It is currently Youth Month in South Africa in June, and I decided then, let me talk to young people as opposed to just focusing on fathers for this month, simply because the conversation around the country will be centered around young people. But also I do mentor young boys because I think it's important that as a father, as a man, that I pay it forward, right? And ensure that the next generation, myself included, become better people through interaction, through talking, and just basically try and have a different lens into how we were brought up. And how can we just be better people, man, Because to be honest, the boy child does get neglected and it's almost like they'll just sort it out on their own with no help and no guidance. Myself and a few other guys mentor young boys and we just learn from each other, man, and just try to be better people. Thank you so much for streaming. I appreciate every bit of support and every bit of data that you use to listen to us. Welcome to the Thomas Playbook. So in this week's episode, I'm going to check out one of the other kids I mentor. It's a Sunday afternoon. I'm going to see him at his boarding house. He's a boarder, since Stillings. Just got through the gates, driving through the property now. If you know St. Stephen's is a beautiful property. And this is where I spent 5 years of my life in high school, And Sundays were the best, because it's such a contrast from where I grew up at Dube, to here. So Sundays are beautiful, they're quiet. Number one, there's no school. Number two, we have access to all the fields, sports fields, swimming pool, everything. So what connects me to these 2 kids? So last episode was Andile, this one is Themba. Is that all 3 of us went to St. Stephen's. And all 3 of us either had a scholarship or bursary, but all academic bursary scholarships. In fact, I think it came through a similar way in any case. So we all got bursaries and scholarships, and they went here. So I connected with this organization called the SSP. And what SSP does is they find bright kids in primary school, and they look for investment and funding for them to study at some of the top private schools in the country. So I reached out to them a few years ago and I said, hey man, I think I'd like to help. How can I participate? They're like, no, we have a mentorship program. You look through a few of the files and see who we can match you with. This is how I got to meet Themba, the guy that I'm going to meet now. So I've been mentoring him. He's in matric now, his final year. So we've known each other for 5 years. Well, Andile, I actually met him by chance here at the school also, but I think I met him in grade 10 or so. He already had a mentor, but we just clicked, so I thought, let's just continue in any case and see how we can help each other. So yeah, driving through the school, about to get to the boarding houses now. So this is a path I used to take. It's a very long way, as you can hear, from the gate to here. We're driving, but can you imagine walking? So I could never actually get my head around how grand the school is, like how big it is, right? And everybody that comes here says the same thing. So in a sense, all of us are very fortunate to have had a school like this and to have had education like this. So when we go through the podcast and we talk about some of ups and downs, it's not a knock on the school or anything like that. I think for all 3 of us, it's very clear how privileged we are, to have had this education and to continue having it. So yeah, this is this week's episode. We're gonna hang out with Themba, see what he feels, how he is. So he's like 17, 18, but still in high school. And in our theme of Youth Month, just to get a sense of what young people are feeling, what they're going through. And I think this will be a very different podcast to the one that we had with Andile. Themba, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, yeah.
Yeah. It's a Sunday today, so, and you're in matric now. What do you guys do on a Sunday? And like weekends, how's your weekend? What do you get up to?
Okay, so weekends, basically, if you do sports now, like uyadlala, like on Saturday morning, uyadlala, and then bugeli first team usually, and then you come back. Depends who you are. Some people chill, abanye like some go out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just different.
You guys are allowed to go out?
I mean, if your parents allow, then yeah.
Oh, it's parents, and that jumpy.
Ah.
No, we see jumpers.
Nina ben jumper.
Yeah. Nina ban vumele, like you can go out at night, like to a club.
Yeah, I mean, like if your parents allowed, yeah, then.
If your parents fetch you, or
no, not if your parents fetch you. Like you can go, like for example, if you a headmaster or something, yeah, my mom sent you a message, like an email or something,
yeah,
saying that I can go out, and then yeah, you can go out.
Okay, cool, man. So you are 18 years old. So you're man.
Yeah, I think you're
and man, you're saying to me that matric dance is coming up soon. How do you guys prepare for matric dance? Just give me an idea of like how does that work? What's the planning?
Okay, so usually like people do it in groups, so like friend groups.
Yeah.
So like with me, in my friend group, like Saplana Velogutia, which cars are we taking?
Yeah, which cars?
Yeah, our dates, the pre.
No, I understand that, Chief. I'm not that old.
Okay. the after party, like the dance itself. Like
okay, tell me, what's your guys' plan? What's your plan? What cars are you taking? Whose car number one?
Okay, so
moto
anginayo moto vele.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so mina iplan yami ukuthi sihambe, so like mina nomngane wami nama dates wethu na ukuthi sihambe together in one car.
Yeah.
And then like another guy in our group nayo unemoto zakhe. Like some even come with 5 cars.
What do you mean 5 cars?
Like as in like I wanna like it's a showcase basically.
Yeah.
No,
I'm asking because I'm curious. Is it anything remotely like how it was for me? Like, but tell me, like, what kind of cars are we talking about here? Are these kids driving?
I mean, some are driving because like they're allowed driver's licenses and shit.
Yeah. What kind of cars have you seen? Like,
I've seen a McLaren, Ferrari. What else? Like, yeah, G-Wagons.
And
yeah.
This is not even hired cars, I'm assuming.
Yeah, yeah, it's expensive to rent a vele. Like, yeah, it costs like 30K or something per day.
So some do rent?
Nah, I don't think any rent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I mean, like, they're rich here. Some parents have Ferraris and shit, yeah. So.
Yeah. So do you feel any pressure, like, around that? To
Yeah, I kind of do. Like, in terms of, like, how I'm going to look compared to others. But, I mean, I've tried not to, like, put my mind on that. I've just focused on, like, myself having fun.
Yeah.
You see?
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you do that? I mean, because you've been here long enough, and I'm sure there's been incidents where it's like, yeah, well, you have to check. Because I used to feel a lot of pressure on us here. Like a lot of pressure. Because, now people go on holiday.
Yeah.
They come back. Oh, I was in the blue cheese, eh?
Yeah.
Europe, plates. I've never been to plates still.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with that? Even on general terms, not just like matric dance.
I mean, I see it as motivation, basically. So, like, I accept that, like, we have different circumstances in life, obviously.
Yeah.
So, like, they can go to, like, plates and whatever, like, Dubai or something. And I take that as motivation, like, yeah, in the future, I'm going to be able to do that for my kids.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a great way to look at it, man. Okay, cool. So, back to matric dance. So, cars, McLarens, Ferraris, all sorts. Ni nan hambangani.
So, what I've heard now from our discussion, and this is izolo lento lena.
Okay.
Yeah, she's playing izolo.
Yeah.
So 2 of my friends coming in Ferraris, And then like Oyewan, if Uchilo, like the same guy who's coming in a Ferrari, like he's also bringing like an Aston Martin and I don't
Kanjan,
know.
who's driving the other car?
Like drivers and his friend. Like he said his friend is coming, so like just to watch. So I mean like I'm sure it's a showcase. Like you can bring a motorcade if you want, like a police escort if you're funa.
That's what I'm saying. What's like some of the wildest stuff you've seen?
I wouldn't say I've seen any wild stuff. The most I've seen is
heard.
like super cars, luxury cars. But I mean, what I've heard though, because I've heard that some people are planning on bringing tanks and stuff like that. So,
No, but I guess also it's just like, high school.
Yeah,
Even
I-
before it's because you always dream and fantasize. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure that I remember even people spoke of helicopters. And
yeah, helicopters, yeah.
Yeah, because you can land a helicopter here, right? Because you guys
Yeah.
got like 5,000 sports fields.
Yeah, but I mean, the dance, like, it's not practical here because the dance is not here. So
Oh,
it's
Eagleman.
it's a Indaba hotel.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did it shift? Because I remember there was policy here that the dance happens here every year. When since
I've
you've been here, have you noticed like if the matric dance is always on the property or outside?
Yeah, from when I've been here, so grade 9 and 8, it's always been here at school. But then this year, futhi nelo ne girls' college, it dance yabonayo mela esikoleni.
Okay.
But I think like the guy behind all of this planning, like he just decided to go to here. Like we don't want it here at school.
Yeah. So when as someone on a scholarship, is it scholarship or bursary that you're on?
A scholarship.
Who covers those costs for you?
Like all the suits and the
Suits and what if you're hiring none whatever.
I mean, obviously there's support from like some teachers that are like that have the job to like take care of us basically. But I mean, umama yena we are all on.
Yeah.
Uthathe that responsibility ukuthi I cover it like
Okay,
most
so
of the
make sure
costs.
that you look nice. You look
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Okay, what's the theme? This
I don't really know, yo.
Go focus. Because military data in. I feel like there's a theme. You must know.
Mara yazi yini mengicabanga.
Yeah.
Mengicabanga like something black, no. I know like it sounds like very generic.
Yeah.
No, but mengicabanga something a black and then like with like silver accents on it,
Mhm.
Yeah, so like silver jewelry.
Yeah.
And then mengifuna ukugqoka ama grills, yeah, ama grills.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know how that would look, but yeah, that's my plan.
My advice would be this: talk to your date. At least let her know. At least try to coordinate something. Because
Yeah.
the last thing you want is to come and you guys.
Mixed matched, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Because you're also inviting her.
Yeah.
Because it's your dance, so she must be comfortable too.
Yeah.
Young Tola. So see what she thinks. She'll definitely ask you what the theme is. So you must know the theme.
Yeah, she's asked me like twice.
Can you find out the theme, Chief?
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, I know. Like time is ticking. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's Youth Month now. I think it's like the 6th of June today.
Yeah.
From the school's perspective, and that's just from you also and your friends, how have you guys approached June 16? Do you do anything? Do you talk about it? How's it dealt with?
Usually, like it's like you'll see that it's Youth Month by Instagram posts. So like people post about like paragraphs about Youth Month, saying whatever, and then like in school we have a committee called the Diversity and Transformation Committee, which like basically deals with all of that stuff like racism, sexism, homophobia, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they like usually do something like make a poster or something. Yeah.
So why does it, to me it senses like you don't see it like as an important thing to you, this personally?
I think it's because like it hasn't been like showed as an important thing to me. Yeah, because like I don't hear much about it.
Okay.
Yeah, so
But where would you want to hear stuff? I mean, like, how do you even consume news? I mean, because me and you, I know, like, you don't watch the news, you don't read newspapers. So, like, number one, who do you think should be telling you about it? And number two, where do you want to get the information? Like, what platform and how?
I think we as like the youth should be telling each other about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah, and then like getting the information like on social media or something, or word to mouth.
Yeah. So are you saying
That's-
to me now, after our conversation, you're going to Google this thing, you're going to understand it, you're going to read about it,
Yeah, of course.
and then you're going to put together, I don't know what you're going to put together, a document or something, or a documentary,
Of
or
course, yeah.
you make a bunch of TikToks about. Is that what you're committing to now?
Yeah, sure.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, then I'll go present to my friends and tell them, yeah, this is what's happening. This is what it's for.
Yeah.
Yeah, then
So what occupies your guys' minds? Like, you go to a boys' school. What do you guys talk about as young men, mostly?
girls,
Okay.
school stress, any other type of stress. Talk about our parents and like the future. Yeah, basically that.
Yeah. And what do you talk about the future? What do you say?
It ranges like from different like it's a variety of like things.
Yeah.
So like we can talk about like, yeah, what house or car do you want, or like how many kids do you want, or something like that, and like, yeah, how do you want your life to be, like basically.
Okay. So when now you are about to go into another phase of your life, and it's so you just almost finished matric. How do you see the future of South Africa, and what do you think your role is in that future?
So the future of South Africa, I don't really think like it's gonna change much, because I mean like there's a system in place. So
Yeah. So
yeah,
when you say change, must change from what to what? So what do you Okay, let's backtrack. What do you think of the country, Nje? Just in general terms?
Okay, so what I think of the country is like basically you have the higher ups, so like the people in the government, or like people with power basically, so
Yeah.
money, and then you have the people that are poor, and like the huge gap between them basically, and how like they just living life, like they just coexisting
Yeah.
in the same place.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then where do you think you fall into that scale?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I fall into like the middle class slash like
Middle to upper.
yeah, middle to upper.
Okay.
Basically, yeah.
And so what do you think then is the future of the country then? Like, how do you see it?
I mean, I think like the gap is just gonna get bigger and bigger.
But why do you think
Honestly,
that?
because I mean, like money is important in our lives.
Yeah.
Like obviously, and I mean, like people are gonna try to get money. People benefit off others. Like I'm not saying like this is the case in most instances, but like usually you'll see that the rich get the money from the poor, and it just like gets more and more. So like they just keep on taking more and more
Yeah.
each time. Yeah.
Okay. And then do you guys do social studies? As in, Lentes Kulmangaile, it would be like, social economics. Like basically how money moves and how it affects the structure of society, i.e. like what you're talking about.
Yeah, we do. Like, but it also depends on what subjects you choose from grade 10 onwards.
Okay.
So like if you choose subjects like business, accounting, yeah, English also incorporates that like economic aspects sometimes.
And then you said you want to study finance. Because?
Because I mean, like I've always had an interest in numbers. Like I'm not completely sure why I want to do it.
Yeah.
But I think that's like the best option for me.
Why would you wonder?
Because I mean, like I've looked at other like options, like other courses and degrees and stuff, and I mean they don't really interest me.
Okay.
Like finance interests me the most.
Yeah. But why do you think that's the best option for you?
I think I just like did research on the whole what is it called, like field.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did research on the field, like looked at my strengths, my weaknesses, tried to align them with like the different careers that I can pursue.
Yeah.
And then like I just matched with like finance the most. So.
Okay. But how come? You're not answering my question.
How come?
How come? What matched? Like, because it's a big thing, right? So you and I have
Yeah.
spoken about this.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, like in the last episode, I think your Mazu Andil. He was here and he was head of diversity, I think a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah. Nyamazilo. What's it, Monsiva?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was interviewing him also, So he so he chose to study, I think was it business science or something. So why UCT? And he was making this decision of the idea very similar to you, that if I choose this field, then my chances of success, i.e. making money, are higher because I've chosen this field. he didn't finish. He had to drop out because he realized that's not what he wanted. Young Tol. So he had to drop out, which was difficult because now he was studying, but also I think began a scholarship or PESER or something to go study. So he had to have that conversation and his parents and so forth, because all the pressures from society were saying to him, listen, you just got to keep moving and keep doing it.
Yeah.
Hence, me and you, when we have conversations, I'm always pressing you on this issue. Yabo, Uguti, what is the motivating factor? Because you still have to go there. You have to study. Now, we spoke about a pabo earlier.
Yeah.
Ipabo laiseko, as a saint.
Yeah.
You're on your own. You have to study.
True.
You might have to leave the province. And then you're really on your own. Meaning that you have to be as close to certainty as possible. That is what you want to do with your life. Not what you think is going to make you money. Because anything can make you money.
Yeah.
It's what you want to do with your life and how you want to add value to life. That's why I'm always asking every time we're born, why do you think finance is the best match for you?
I mean, like, money wasn't really a big thing in this whole decision. I just chose it, like, based on my strengths and, like, my interests, basically.
So what other interests do you have? So when you say your interest, okay, let me rephrase. Multi-interests, like, what kind of interests lead to that field? Because finance on its own is broad, and you haven't decided, like, what do you want to do in the financial services or financial sector. Yeah. So multi-strengths, or what would you say, like, things that you like, whatever. What strengths are you talking about? Like, what do you mean?
Okay, so, like, having, like, an analytical way of thinking.
Okay.
Like, actually having an interest in money and, like having, how do I say this? Like, having the urge to learn more about it.
Yeah.
And how to, like, make it work for you, basically.
So you've given it some thought.
Yeah.
In terms of where you think that because your brain is analytical and then you think you can slot in somewhere like Payago Finance.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. And how are the applications going?
For university, yeah, they're going good so far. I've been accepted, and then I'm still waiting on the bursary applications.
Okay. So where are you studying? Or is that still private? Because I'm finding out today.
Mina ngazi yazi.
Where were you accepted?
Namangazi. I was accepted to UCT.
Okay. Are all Saints kids accepted to UCT by default? Or is that all where you all want to go?
It's all, like, it's where all want to go, but, like, not everyone gets accepted.
Who got rejected from UCT? I've never.
Angakazi ngamuntu o rejectiwe, but
from la angazi.
Mara, like, angisho, like, they're trying to be nice, so angeke basho ukuthi yeah, we say reject vele.
Yeah.
Like, ilabo, like, I'll call you later type thing. Yabo.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a lot of your mates, by UCT NAB, obviously, what kind of degrees do you know? What kind of fields are they going into? Just from your conversations with them.
So from what I've seen now, one of my friends, he's also gonna do the same degree as me. And then my other friend, like, from boarding house, he wanted to, like, do a designing course.
Okay.
Sort of, because, like, he knows that he doesn't like any other thing. Like, he likes fashion, he likes designing and everything, yeah. But then umama ke wathi, no, it doesn't seem right. Like, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Wow. What? Design? What does he want to design? Fashion? Graphic?
Yeah. Fashion.
Oh, really? Wow. I've never heard of a Saints boy in fashion. I've never met one.
There's a lot here. You'll be surprised. Like,
Yes, I would be surprised.
I have, like, at least 3 friends that have their own clothing lines here. Yeah.
Okay. I've never heard of it. But I know that the guy who started Sneaker Shack, the company that cleans sneakers, I know that he's from here. I've heard it written somewhere. I just never see a lot of guys that I went to school with or previously that go into the arts or fashion or anything like that. You guys are generally bred to go and study BSc or some shit like UCT. That's what you guys do.
Yeah. But I mean, like, it's evolving. Like, I would say something like that for, like, I was saying John's or something, because, like, there's only smart niggas like so.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why you say that? More than here?
Yeah, more than here, obviously.
Why you say that?
Did you hear about the head boy last year?
I hear that all the time.
Yeah.
That's one guy.
There's a lot of them.
Oh, but
Like if you can view the top 10 of that school.
Oh, okay. So
And
you're saying that
compared to
side
ours.
they focus more on academics.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting then. So you mentioned earlier, you said something about your mom. So your structured home is you're raised by a single mom.
Yeah, single mom.
What's your relationship with your dad?
So my mom and dad divorced when I was like around the age of 2, 3. And then from there, like I haven't had a relationship, like a close relationship with them. But I mean, I've had like a few phone calls with them here and there.
Okay, so he's not really present in your life. You know
he's
him
not really.
Okay, and how do you feel about that?
I mean, how can I feel? Like I've accepted that. Yeah, that's the case.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, like what.
You've never given it some thought, like so you don't think that having a father could be impacting your life in a particular way? It's not something that you think about ever.
No, I do think of that, like obviously.
Yeah, and then what do you think about it? Like what are your thoughts? Like what do you conclude about that?
I mean, what I've concluded is that I don't have one.
Yeah.
And I have to accept that. Like I can't force it.
No, I know that you have to accept it. I'm saying, how do you feel about it? Feeling is a different thing than acceptance.
I mean, like, it's not like I feel sad or anything. Like, I'm not really like that. Like, I don't really think deeply about it like that.
Okay. And then if you want to be a father one day, what kind of father do you want to be?
I don't really know. Like, I want to be a balanced father.
Yeah, what's a balanced father?
Like, balanced in every aspect possible.
Yeah.
Okay, so, like, I want to find the balance between strict and relaxed, basically. And then
so you okay, sure. Balance between strict and relaxed.
Yeah.
And then your mates in school, in general terms, obviously. How are the relationships with the fathers from what you've seen?
Okay, so I'm not gonna generalize or
no, it's up to you how you wanna answer it.
Okay,
you
so
wanna
like,
give specific examples.
Okay, let me just. Okay, like I'll do it in groups. So I have like one group, like where I've heard that like their relationship with their dad is based on like basically money.
Okay.
So like they don't really like have a bond, like an emotional bond with them in a way. But like obviously like they provide them with like money and everything.
So like what? Like the father pays for school, lifestyle, like in the for gadgets.
Yeah, whatever they want, and then and then there's like another group of boys that are friends with me that have a relationship with their dad. So like like they whatever dads do.
What does that mean?
Yeah, like provide emotional support or whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, but in general terms, then, like, how are the fathers? How are they when you see them here, sports fields or whatever?
Okay, so firstly, I think there's a difference now,
Yeah.
like between like the white fathers here and the black fathers.
Okay.
Yeah, so the white fathers like usually like they're more supportive of like the sports and like any other thing except like academics. Basically. So like they
for sports.
Like bona ba involved like ngama sports nan.
Okay.
So babona lapha ngama Saturday every time baya support lapha umntana wakhe. Yeah. And then the black fathers like into engizwile the most ukuthi yibo like abaphusha abantwana babo ukuthi bayenze like for them to do well academically.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's a thing of like priorities basically. So like bona abolona like the black fathers they prioritize like academics more because they think that's the way to be successful basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think white fathers prioritize sports because their kids are going to be successful anyways?
Okay, I think I put it like in a bad way.
Yeah.
So like I would see like they only support like sports.
Yeah.
I think like they try to make their child involved in every single thing.
Okay.
But sports is the most important to them.
It's a priority.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm buza when I get. Why do you think black parents, because your mom is the same. I get.
Yeah.
You've played sports, but you're not like a big sports person.
Yeah, I'm not a big sports person.
But in any case, your mom has never been to a game.
No, she has. Yeah.
Oh, she comes to games.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But she wants you to prioritize, obviously, academics. Why do you think that is?
But I mean, in my case, like I am here for academics, so
Yeah.
I have to prioritize it. But in cases where like bafike na bangana scholarship, I think they prioritize it because they like went through the same process. So like academics like got them to where they are in their life. Yeah, basically.
Okay. All right. So you see that as like a cultural difference.
Yeah.
And it's very you're saying it's very specific. So you're saying good black fathers are not on the sideline shouting.
No, they are. Like, I'm not saying all of them, but
Yeah.
like the majority of them, of the fathers that you'll see there are white.
Okay. And if you, as an 18-year-old, had to give advice to fathers on how they can be better fathers, what would you say?
I think like I would tell them to be a little bit more involved in their children's lives.
Okay.
So like by like being involved means like helping them like make decisions, but not making the decisions for them.
Okay.
Basically.
Yeah. But how else can fathers be involved? Like, what do you mean? Like, give me more detail.
And also like motivating. And I mean like I'm just saying like I don't have a suggestion like a
No, listen.
like a specific suggestion.
This is the Timers playbook. Now you are telling the Timers as an 18-year-old to say, hey, listen here, if you want to be a good father, this is what you gotta do. Based on your experiences, what you've seen works, what doesn't work, you know?
Okay, so I think now what fathers need to do is like they mustn't like they must build more of a emotional relationship with their sons.
Okay.
No. And like in terms of discipline, I think they should not like discipline children based on their emotions, but based on their behavior.
Okay.
Yeah. So like if like mntwana kuyakhala, like angeke like umshaye ukuthi yakhala, but then like if uyaganga or something like uyenze something like he's I don't know, like he's doing something wrong, then like you discipline him. But like yeah, like just knowing what to do when it's like emotional versus behavioral.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
Now, future of the country, we're back here again. You mentioned that you're 18 now, but you said like you're not really interested in politics or voting or anything of that sort. Why is that?
I think it's like one of the same reasons as like the topic like me see discuss ngelona like nge youth month. Which like I don't really see it a lot. And I mean like nothing has really like sparked my interest in like politics or anything. Like there's others that are my age that are interested in this type of stuff. So
Okay. But why are you not interested? This is your story, Pelangit. So why are you not interested?
I mean I don't really find it interesting, to
Yeah.
be honest.
But like, do you know how a government or a political structure affects you directly?
Not really. Like I have a generic picture of it.
Okay.
Basically.
Give me the picture.
Okay, so you have the higher ups.
Yeah, as you call
Yeah,
them.
you have the presidents.
Okay.
You have the ministers.
Yeah.
The people that like chow the money. Basically, that's my
That's your view.
perception.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
my
yeah,
perception of
yeah.
the like the structure. So
Okay.
like you have those ministers, you have the presidents, like the cabinet, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
then-
what kind of decisions do you think they make that could potentially affect you?
Okay, so based on the different what did I say? Departments, yeah. Based
Yeah.
on the different departments, I think they make like those decisions based on that. So like Department of like forestry or something.
Yeah. Let me say
this.
education. How do you think Department of Education affects you? Since you're in education, you're a student.
I don't think it
And it's not a trick question. Nyabuza nje, just to get a sense of how you see things.
Yeah. Okay, in terms of private schools, I don't think it affects that much because like there's a lot more like freedom when you are in a private school.
Yeah, but you know that I get a private or public schools can't operate void of government and legislation.
True, yeah.
Yeah,
True.
so everything operates within that legislative framework.
Yeah.
In any case.
Yeah.
Just because it's private doesn't mean that there are no deliverables. There is no framework or legislation that they have to be part of.
Yeah.
So everything that we do, sometimes you might not see it directly, but I get it like you're saying. There's the national, there's the provincial and municipal level. So everything in time has a knock-on effect on you. You understand? So you need to know those things. For example, the cost of education. You're going to this thing next year.
Yeah.
The cost of education. You need to understand why it ends up being the way it is.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, you're going to be buying your own clothes, buying your own food. Petrol is at an all-time high now.
Yeah.
Even coming to see you, I had to think twice.
Yeah.
Jesus, do I really want to make this podcast, right?
Yeah.
But luckily, I'm not too far from here. So all these things, eventually when you get out, then when I get out, it sounds like you're in prison. But when you get out, then you have it has a real impact on you.
Yeah.
And I think you should do more to try to at least understand how that works, because you're going into the financial world also.
Yeah.
Right? Because finances, money determines social structure.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, higher ups and this, blah, 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 and that. For you to maintain your middle ground, Anget, you don't have to think about where you live.
Yeah.
Right? You need to know why you live there. You need to think about travel costs, where you're going to work, how you're going to work, how you're going to travel if you travel, how much your clothes are going to cost. So all of these things are very important. But I would agree with you in a sense that I think even at national or provincial level, the government has to do more. And I'm wondering how it can reach young people. Because like I was saying earlier, I have no idea what it's like to be 18. I completely forgot.
Yeah.
And if you don't give a shit about what's happening in politics, I think we have a problem. Because you're not just the only one.
Yeah.
Part of it could be a failure on our side then. Because Liruna, we just go on like, politics don't affect me, nothing matters. And it's not just politics. It's about you being connected to your world.
Yeah.
And understanding what's happening in your world.
Now, I think we just need to be educated on the impact that it does have on us. So that we do understand like that it does have an impact.
Yeah. No, now you're insulated by this thing. I understand. Look, I was here. I was like you. You know this, Angit. I was like you.
Yeah.
When I left the school, that's when then things got really serious. Angit, because here, Ukraine, Angit, you got a meal, you got supper, Maufela, you've got mentors, you've got me, you've got the counselors at school, Yonginto. Maufige vets, Masofela. Nobody's
no
coming.
Support,
No. Nobody's coming to do that. But rather than waiting for that to happen, I think just find a way to just have a curiosity about you. So when you say these things, higher ups and lower ups, then find out more. What actually is that? What leads to that? And what role are you going to play in that? Right? Are you going to just add to it? Or do you want to make it better or change things? And that's a decision for you to make. Cool, brother. Now that we're done, what's your message for young people?
So
no, let me rephrase. Before we get to young people, every year, people always say on Youth Month, the youth this, the day this, the day this. You are saying, generally, young people don't give a shit about this.
Yeah. I wouldn't even lie about it,
No, you mustn't lie. They don't care about this.
Yeah.
They don't even see them because there's always one.
Yeah.
And we're not doing a good job of reaching young people with whatever information we want to give them. That's what you say.
Yeah, that's what I'm basically saying. But I mean, it is a two-sided thing.
Yeah.
So like we need to actually make the effort to be involved in this, and then from the other side also the older generation to basically work together.
What's your message for young people? If young people are going to listen to that podcast, which I doubt, but anyways.
So my message is to think about your life, basically. Where you want to be, how you're going to get there, why you want to be there. Isn't Tovelo when I'm
Yeah.
Like listen to lezo ohlala preacher zona every time ngibona.
I'm glad it's getting in there somewhere.
Yeah, so think about your life. Why, where, what, who.
Yeah. Okay. Cool, man. No, I appreciate that. So that's the end of our recording. Thank you for your time. I wish you the best, and hopefully, I think maybe we should record again, like when you're doing like maybe your second year.
Yeah, I want to hear like how far I've come.
Yeah, no, because I think you have a long way to go.
Yeah,
I think this you in 5 years. I'm very curious now to see like what the transition looks like.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna probably listen to myself like, yo, I was an idiot back then.
Yo,
why did I say that?
I think you are.
Yeah.
But it's not a bad thing. It's completely okay. You know, because you are who you are and you are at that age. And the reason why I do the recording is to get a real life snapshot of what a young person thinks. I mean, it's not reflective of every single young person. It's just reflective of Themba. But you are a young person.
Yeah.
And that's all. Cool. That's it. Thank you so much for streaming. I'll see you on the next episode. Really appreciate your support. Sharp.
That was the Timer's Playbook. Thank you for listening. See you on the next episode. Sharp.